What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. All right, here we are. I'm going to delete some of these indicators that are just kind of unnecessary here. We'll look at the LRO real quick and get started here. $2.40 is the price. It's the 20th of May. We're about 2 hours into the new day here, just under 2 hours into the new day. Looking like we're in a bit of a bearish posturing as far as the LRO is concerned. Whenever you see a blue line above you, that means you're in a downtrend. When you see a green line below you, that means you're in an uptrend, essentially. Think of it like that. But we do have some reversion signals coming up, which could imply that we are reversing the trend. And in reverse, I think we are, right? You can see here you've got a nice kind of rounded bottom here on the 4-hour time frame. If we're looking at this with some other indicators, your RSI has broken out of its down. Maybe it hasn't broken out of its downtrend, but you're showing signs that you're ready to, right? Here you rejected, 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 here you're flirting, right? You're not seeing a lower low. You've actually got a higher low, and you're just flirting with this area. So, and you're at the 50 and staying above the 50. I think that you're about to break through. So today, on a 4-hour basis, you know, it's a brand new day. I would assume by the end of today, we are breaking out of this. Probably breaking out of this zone here. So we'll see prices that are above 245 by the end of the day. We're at 239 now. So I would anticipate we probably do move up by the end of today, and maybe even take out this line. When we take that line out, we flip the bearish trend, and we're now forming a bullish trend. And we probably get a green line or something to come in at one of these areas here. Something above 255, 260 by the end of the day. That's what we're looking for. If not by the end of today, maybe tomorrow. But I think you're going to get going, man. And whenever you break out of this zone, you might get a nice little pop that would take you probably above 255, if not to 260 or higher. That's what we're looking for. I think that you will. 4-hour MACD isn't going to help us as much, but there is bullish divergence there. Looking productive, yeah, looking postured in the right way. Same thing with the stochastics, but shorter term time frames, it's not as helpful. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame, your daily MACD has got a fresh cross to the downside. You've got a fresh red cross there. Your oscillators have crossed, yes. A little bit of red, but that's okay, man. I mean, if you flip back green today, I would think that a close up at like 260 or 250 would flip it back green, so that's fine. You can flip a little bit red. Hell, you can do a red day just once and then flip back. I'm not seeing any examples of that, but it does happen. Maybe right here. Nope, close, but no cigar. Here you had one green day. Does that count? It happens. It does happen. Maybe it doesn't happen for XRP, and maybe today isn't as bullish as I think it's going to be. But looking at the 4-hour RSI, I can't help but be a little bit excited. Looking at this here like this, it really does look like you're ready to break out higher. And if it's not by the end of today, then maybe tomorrow you'd be in the overbought zone. You'd be breaking out. Maybe it is tomorrow that you're at that 260 level and above. I don't know. But looking at the daily time frame here, the MACD, I suppose, that does make me think twice about that, right? Maybe it's not today that you're above 260. Maybe it is tomorrow, but still very, very close. I think it's fine that you have a little red flip, right? You can flip red and then flip back green. It's fine. A little bit of consolidation along the way, so I'm not worried about that. Daily RSI looks very productive. You're getting higher lows and higher highs in this nice parallel channel going higher, if I can draw it properly. Higher lows and higher highs. You're at the base of this range. You're probably going to go to the top of it, get overbought, right? The last 2 times you interact with the overbought zone, it's been a rejection. It's been a flirtation. Now you're going to get some penetration, right? Rejection, flirtation, and then follow through. That's kind of how it happens sometimes. And with this follow through, I think it's going to be the most magnificent interaction that we've had so far, right? And you're actually going to get some, like I said, follow through. With the LRO, with all these little fancy lines up here, again, the green line underneath means you're in an uptrend. You're out of the downtrend now. The blue line on top means it's a downtrend. So we broke out of the downtrend with this. We solidified an uptrend here, and we're just letting it run, man. LRO is looking good. It points to higher prices as well. Stochastics would agree that we're going higher. And then the daily is the only thing on the MACD that has me a little bit concerned about today, but maybe not over the coming days. Just like today might not be as bullish as I once thought. 3-day time frame, I'm going to get rid of the LRO because it's not really helpful on the longer term time frames. It's more helpful on the shorter term time frames in my opinion. We can bring it back if we do some short term analysis. 3-day RSI looks great, right? You've broken out of your downtrend in the RSI. And downtrends in the RSI, breaking out of it doesn't mean you have to break out of your price action, but normally it does. And you did break out of that, right? I think you're just waiting for that follow-through move, right? You've had this little move out to show that you're ready to break out here and that you're ready to be productive. I think this next move that starts maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, sometime this week, it's going to be explosive and it's going to lead to more productive price action between now and the end of the month and going into June as well. Your 3-day MACD is crossing on the oscillators. The blue line and the orange line here are both crossing above the 0. That's bullish. That's bullish as hell. Here, whenever you crossed above it, it probably wasn't as bullish. Let's go down here. because your readings were a little bit more neutral, you were already overbought and stuff like that, you kind of chilled. But once you really separated, once your oscillators really separated from that zero, that's when you had this massive move up, right? So I'm not saying that that necessarily means every time you cross above the zero, you're going to get a massive move, but it is a good thing. It really is a good thing. Stochastics are pointed down a little bit here, but you're outside the overbought zone, so you can definitely come back and run back into it, right? Like you've done here, you can run back into it, and I think that you will. 1 day, 23 hours left. Really wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all, actually, if by the end of this you were back into it. We'll see. Because this is still changing. For the next 1 day and 23 hours, this is still changing. So maybe you are running back into it, actually. I like this, the 3-day stochastics. I like the RSI. I like all of it. Weekly time frame, looking at this here. The MACD, bearish but ready to flip. At any given moment, it's ready to flip, man. Stochastics are pointed upwards. This looks like you've only got upside on your brain at this trajectory until July, right? And even then, maybe then some afterwards. Weekly RSI looks good as well. Very nice path going higher. Higher lows, broke out of your downtrend here. Very dominant to the upside. Living above the 50. You hate living below the 50. That's how you know you're in a very bullish environment, dominant environment here. Looks very, very good. Everything about this is good. Let's look at the monthly and then we'll move on from here, okay? Stochastics look good. MACD looks good. RSI is immaculate. This month will get us into the overbought zone if things happen the way I think they will. 11 days, 23 hours left. I expect by the end of the month we'll close at new all-time highs. The highest monthly closes that XRP has ever experienced will probably come in by the end of this month, and that'll lead us into the overbought zone here. Probably get the stochastics aimed at the right direction as well, and we'll probably get another pip on the green histogram here, building momentum, okay? There's one more thing I want to do before we end the video, and that's just look at the Heikin Ashi candles and see what we're doing on that front, and then we'll probably end it there. Maybe I'll do some short-term stuff. Look at this, guys. This is not something to take lightly here, okay? Green cross in the bull market, okay? We're crossing green. Sometimes you cross green, you cross red, and it's insignificant, but for the most part, in these bull markets, right, especially whenever you're in a consolidation phase like this, crossing green is a big thing, and I think it is for XRP. This is likely going to provide multiple months of green upside to come. Weekly time frame, flipped green, good. Yes, of course, you want to be like that. That's fine. Daily, it's probably not useful afterwards. Oh, look at this. Today could be a green day. We've had some red days recently in this consolidation phase. We're about to flip green. Everything that I've seen so far in this video, all the indicators, Heikin Ashi, MACD, stochastics, whatever, they all look like they're ready to see higher prices soon. Maybe not today, but soon. If not today, like tomorrow. When I say soon, I mean it's happening this week. A lot of things are pointing to the idea that we are about to get some kind of breakout, some next phase higher. And I do think that it'll be better than anything we've seen since April 7th. You're going to get a more dramatic move to the upside here to end the month of May. That's my expectation. There is one more thing that I want to do, and that is add the LRO. Do I have it just by itself? No, I don't. Oh, I have it with the RSI. That's good. Okay, let's do that on the short term. Let's look at the short term stuff real quick and just see what this is saying. Oh, not what I wanted there. Yeah, short term's looking bullish. 1 hour's looking bullish. Essentially get above 244, and you're looking good, right? But that's we could have used our eyes to see that, right? Get above the consolidation phase, and then you're good. That's what that's saying. Once you're above 245, you're essentially taking out this idea of a downtrend, and you're reinforcing the idea of being in an uptrend. So 1 hour would look good above 245. 4 hour looks good above 257, and the daily looks good above $3.20 is what that's telling us, but there's really actually not that much to go off of here. Yeah, the short-term time frames, the 15-minute looks bullish, the 1 hour looks bullish, so probably going to be a green day today. That's really all I got to say. So nothing left. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Ultimately, XRP is on its way to higher prices by the end of the month, and then by the end of June, we're going to be at prices that are above $10, $13, stuff like that, yada, yada, yada. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.